I just can't handle it.
Welcome, Mayo sports fans, to the regular season finale between your Mayo Spartans and the Hastings Raiders. Spartans are coming off a 5-1 victory against Winona last night, hoping to keep some momentum coming into section playoffs. And here are your Spartans taking the ice. So Hastings is coming in at 12-11-1 on the season, averaging 2.5 goals per game and allowing 3 goals per game.
How does that stack up against our Spartans? Do you know what we average a game?
I will look. Very similar, 2.8 goals per game, but allowing 3.5 goals per game.
Okay. Spartans able to get onto the scoring column quite a bit more in their last win. Desperate need of some offense and hoping to build on their prior win. Starting goaltender for the Spartans tonight, Colton Brandt. Joe Villarama will be one defenseman. And Noah Hagan, the other defensive pairing. And one wing will be Henry Kalura. Gavin Clark, the other wing. And at center will be Wyatt Brady. And we'll take a pause for the national anthem and have our puck drop. Here we go. A couple last minute instructions from the coaches. Quick skate around and we'll get the puck drop here momentarily.
So Mark, likely the last broadcast of the season for us too. Yeah, Spartans are going to have an away game for the first round of section playoffs.
Certainly like to thank everybody for tuning in. It's been a pleasure for us to be able to do as many live streams as we've been able to do this year, and appreciate those of you at home or abroad who are tuning in to watch the games. And a big shout out again to our sponsors for allowing us to be able to broadcast these games.
Yeah, starting in net for your Spartans is Colton Brandt. Starting in net for Hastings is Charlie Stoffel.
So Wyatt Brady comes on into the face-off dot. That one's won cleanly between the defensive pairing for Hastings. Stop around the net, picked up by the left-hand defenseman, sent up ice, and a 2-on-2 the other direction. A lot of speed, big hit there by Joseph Villarama. And the forward for Hastings comes in and give his buddy some help. And Spartans looking to chip it up and out. Henry Kalura taking a big hit, so very physical early on. Sharp angle shot there. No rebound, sent to the corner, and now out of the zone. No ice as it goes the length of the ice, and both teams getting a change. Spartans able to control it. That's Sean Daniels, skates it up through the neutral zone. Long shot there, well, right in the breadbasket of the goaltender, and we're going to face off to the near side of the Hastings Tendy with 16:15 remaining in the first period. Jacob Canfield in take the draw for the Spartans. And they ring it around the boards and out, and it looks like a set play. Unfortunately, it was a bit far. Colton Brandt plays it into the corner, although I don't know that he meant to. Canfield able to get it. He looks to chip it out, but fielded at the point by the Hastings defender and sent right on net. And Colton will cover up.
I think Colton was trying to fake going one way and then go the other way, and he just kind of whiffed on it.
So in to take the draw now for the Spartans will be Ethan Daniels. Face-off won and controlled by Hastings. Down into the half wall. Fanned on it. That allows Daniels to pick it up. He goes off the wall, but intercepted by Hastings. They keep it in the zone. Big hit delivered on Daniels. Yanked now into the corner. Daniels picks it up behind the net. Takes another check, but gets it over to Hagen, who gets it to Kazmarzinski, who was looking for a breaking Gargolo and just missed the mark. Now Hastings the other direction. They gain the line. Yank there to play it out for Gargolo, who gains the blue line and into Hastings' end. He puts on the brakes looking for a centering pass. That goes between both defensemen, and a little miscommunication there. And back to retrieve it will be Joseph Villarama as the Spartans get a change. Long stretch pass there up for Liam Birch, and he pokes it into the zone. Gargola delivers a big hit out of the corner. That one's intercepted by Piddock. Long shot there, blocked, goes into the corner, and after it is Birch. Gargola picked it up momentarily, had it swatted away from him down into the corner. Taking a big check from behind is Piddock, no call. Now down around the back of the net. Looking to chip it out as Hastings. They do with a high floater. Villarama able to bat it down in the neutral zone right around the red line. But picked up by Hastings. They go D to D and down into the Spartan zone. Picking it up behind the net is Villarama. He's looking to clear it out. And just out of the reach of Kellen Huey, but he gives some pressure. Hastings turns it the other direction. Will send it in deep into the Spartan zone in the near side corner. Looking for the centering pass. Hodge there to break that up. And up near the near side boards, Liam Birch looking for a breakout pass. Just misses the mark, and that pass for Brady is just off his stick. No icing. Hastings into retreat. They come up the near side boards. Through the slot, at least for a second, Gavin Clark there to pick off a pass and send it back down into the Hastings end. Daniels at the line holds. Kalura now. It's kicked over by Wyatt Brady as Daniels takes a tumble. And poked off the check of one of the Hastings forwards as they look to get it up ice. Dinsmore in the corner to trying to get it to Clark. Clark looking to bang it up the boards. Out to the point. That's off a couple of bodies. Finally out and cleared. Clark threw it down the ice and intercepted by one of the defensemen for Hastings. The Vikings send it back down into the zone, and we'll get a face-off, or Raiders rather. We're going to face off all the way back down in the Hastings end to the near side of the Raider goaltender. Out on the ice for the Spartans will be Canfield, Birch, and Hendrickson. Hagen and Yank at the points. Face-off won by the Spartans. Back to Hagen. He chips it back down into the corner. Picking it up is Birch. He's pinned to the boards. Hendrickson gets it out to Yank. Yank, long shot there. Stick save by the Hastings goaltender. And the winger will chip it out, and Hastings come the other direction, looking for the centering pass. No one home. Hagen rides his man into the corner, and that allows Yank to pick it up behind the net. Chips it up to Hendrickson. Hendrickson looking to get it to Gargolo. That passes, or to Canfield. It passes behind him. Sent behind the net. Picked up by Yank. Yank, that's Hagen rather, reverses course. And he sends it back to Yank. Yank makes one man miss. Looks for the pass up the middle to Canfield. Canfield gets the line. His shot's blocked. And there's another attempt and then sends it wide. Picked up along the half wall by the Raiders. Kept in there by Hodge. He floats it down into the corner, and Hastings will retrieve it. Gargola applying some pressure as the Spartans got a change. Now one of the Hastings forwards blows a tire. That allows Daniels to pick it up and send it to Villarama to Kazmarzinski. Kazmarzinski up through the neutral zone, gains the line. Puts on the brakes, looking for the centering pass, finds it. Good move there by Gargolo. Pad save by the Raiders goaltender. And the Raiders come down one-on-one versus Villarama. He pushes him to the corner. Nobody in front guarding. We had three men on the lone Raider in the corner, and that allowed the floater to come right down the slot on the change. Nobody guarded him. Fortunately, he snuck it wide, and there's another two-on-one opportunity. Good defensive play there by Joseph Villarama. Sends it to the corner. Looking to get it to Gargolo. That's past him. The Raiders will send it back into the zone. Picked off by Hodge. Hodge up the near side board. He'll send it all the way down into the Raiders' end, and the Spartans will get a change. Looking for the stretch pass up the near side board. That misses the mark, and we'll go down for Brandt. He'll play it and give it over to Piddock. Piddock looking up ice for Liam Birch. He gives it over to Huey. Huey over the blue line. That one's now intercepted by one of the Raiders, and then centered quickly by Huey, and nobody home. Now the Raiders cross the line. Piddock does a good job with his stick to knock it off the rushing forwards, and now it sits at the blue line. Nobody able to quite get a handle on it. Dinsmore rushes his man to the corner, and Daniel sends it back to Dinsmore. Now they come out into the slot area off the dot. No Hastings player blew a tire, but able to keep it in at the blue line was the defenseman.
Good block by Daniels.
He does a fair amount of those blocks, not allowing pucks to get through, and he'll turn the corner and give it up to Birch. Birch, long pass over to Kalura. He takes a hit along the half wall. It's intercepted from him, but Clark keeps it in, gets it low. Out from behind the net, Yank steps up and pokes it to Brady, who loses the handle on it, and it comes out through the neutral zone. Back to retrieve it is Hagen. He'll go D to D. He'll find Kalura's stick, who gives it right back to Hagen. Hagen looking for Brady cutting through. That was tipped by a Hastings player. They come back the other direction. Long shot off the glove of Brandt and behind the net. Now sent into the near side corner for Yank to pick it up. He's looking to get it up to Clark. He takes an absolutely massive hit. No call there, and he looks to return the favor on number 22. Looked like he got up high on Clark. Mayo fans certainly don't like the call. Here comes Kalura. He takes a check from number 14. Finally, it's sent back down into the Spartan zone after all the hullabaloo. And Yank sends it out into the Mayo bench, and we'll get a face-off. And whistled down, and Face off in the Spartan zone. Referee in to drop the puck, in to take the draw is Canfield. 9:07 remaining in the first. Face-off won by the Spartans, and the clearing attempt is sent right back into one of the benches, so we'll get a face-off down to the far side of Colton Brandt with 9:02 remaining in the first period. Canfield in for the draw. Face-off won by Hastings. The Raiders send it down into the far side corner. That one's poked away by Hodge and finally cleared by Canfield, but that'll be an ice, and we'll do it all over again in the far side face-off dot inside the Spartan zone with 8:51 remaining in the first. 0-0. Shots in favor of the Spartans, 3-2. Face-off won again by the Hastings Raiders. They sent it down around the boards to the near side corner. Picked up at the half wall, skated out through the neutral zone for the regroup. Now they look to come back up through the neutral zone. They gain the line. A lot of speed as they come in on Colton Brandt. He makes a nice pad save. Hodge picks it up. He looks cross ice to Hendrickson. He was looking for a breaking Birch, but it did escape. And they come the other direction. 1-on-0 attempt now. Shot, save, rebound, save. Colton Brandt stands tall in the net and makes two beautiful saves as Canfield clears it. Now puck back down into the Spartan zone. Picked up there by Dinsmore. He gets it up to Hendrickson. Hendrickson takes a slash, no call, and after it is Birch. Or Daniels, rather. Kaczmarzinski picks it up off the half wall. Over to apply some pressure is Ethan Daniels. Hastings looking to break out. But stepping up is Sean Daniels. He keeps it in and gets a shot on net. Now breaking out the other direction. The Hastings player will chip it into the zone. Goes off the back of the net and rung around the boards by Yank. Picked up on the near side boards by Daniels. It's off his stick and picked off by one of the Hastings players. Daniels delivers a big blow to number 15 for Hastings. Comes back down into the Spartan zone. Picked up by Hagen out of the corner. Bouncing puck. Hastings applying some pressure, looking to center it. That one's picked off there by Daniels. Intercepted nearly, but finds Kaczmarzinski's stick, who sends it into the corner and takes a Spartan bounce to Gargolo. Gargolo cross ice. He finds Hagen, jumped up into the play. He gets down into the corner, applying some pressure as Piddock. Now Huey steps up, and that allows for a 2-on-1 against Hodge, and shot just wide. So that pinch was ill-advised. It played well by Hodge, and fortunate for the Spartans, they shoot it over the net. Now Birch with a long shot, and that's Liam Birch. And it's steered wide by the Raiders goaltender. Stepping up is Villarama. He gets it over to Piddock. Piddock shots off the mark wide to the near side. Kept in there by Huey as he works against number 5 for the Raiders. Raiders looking to get it up ice, and they'll send it the length of the ice, but it'll be on Colton Brandt, and he'll cover up with 6:05 remaining in the first. And we're going to face off to the far side of the Spartan goaltender. 6:05 remaining. A lot of back and forth action. No score. Wyatt Brady in for the draw. Hastings wins that one. They pick it up at the top of the circle. Send it on net. And that's cleared by Colton. Picked up again by the Raiders. Forced into the corner by Brady. Now behind the net. That one's poked away there by Dinsmore. And skating up the near side was Kalura. Forechecking is Clark. He sends it to the slot. Brady had a chance, but pad save by the Raiders goaltender. Now out through the neutral zone. Sent in by Yank. He takes an elbow up high. And we're going to get a penalty. for interference. And this one's going to go against number 18, Jonas Schauer, for interference. And the Spartans, number 8, Blake Weber. And Spartans will go on their first power play of the game with 5:31 remaining in the first. 0-0 score. Ethan Daniels in for the draw. Face-off won by Daniels. Hagen sends it back to Villarama. Villarama, long shot there, blocked in front, picked up by Canfield. Canfield back to Villarama. Villarama over to Hagen. Shot, rebound. That's sat in the slot for a while. And that clearing attempt just escapes the blue line. Canfield to pick it up, and he sends it over to Villarama. Villarama looks to come up near side to Canfield. Canfield's pass nearly intercepted. Hagen does a spinorama pass to Kalura. That's just off his stick, and then the mishandle by the defenseman for the Hastings allows the Spartans to hold the zone. Canfield keeps it in. And now they sneak by Hagen and send it the length of the ice. Back to pick it up is Sean Daniels. 4:46 remaining in the first, 1:14 in the power play. Picked up by Ethan Daniels as his brother hands it off to him. He drops it to Hodge, who picks it up in the snow in front of the Spartans bench. And Daniels enters the zone, backhand shot, stick save, and it's rung around the boards, will come all the way out. And after it is Hendrickson, he wins the foot race and will send it to Hodge, near sideboard. He skates far side, looking for the near side pass to Hendrickson. He breaks into the zone around his defender, looking to center it. Nobody home, he sends it to the point. Villarama sends it down low, but it hits a Raider and they'll clear. Now Hendrickson back to gather it, and he'll send it across for Hodge. Hodge looks up ice, loses it in his skate for a second. Finally, they get it to Kaz Marzinski, who has his pocket picked at the blue line.
Good stick by Villarama right there to prevent a breakaway.
Kaz Marzinski there for the shot, mishandled by the defenseman for Hastings, but sent around the boards eventually. And Villarama collects it around his own blue line. He'll send it up to Hendrickson, who chips it in the zone. Big collision there. Couple of Spartans, and Hendrickson goes down. Fortunately, he hops up. I think he collided with Kalura. And now sent the length of the ice. Villarama, as the penalty expires, sends it to Canfield. Canfield to Hagen. Hagen skates it up through the neutral zone. He's got Kalura with him. They gain the line. Picked in the pocket is Canfield. And his centering pass is errant, and the Raiders come out 2-1, but good stick there by Daniels. Kalura takes a check in the neutral zone, but Canfield there, long shot there, pad save. Kalura fanned on the rebound attempt as he was coming in with the head of speed. That one sent around the back of the net. Dinsmore there to send the backhand to Huey. Huey picks it up off the boards, gives it to Birch. Birch cross ice to Piddock. Piddock over the blue line, he has it poked away before he could make it, and now come the other direction come the Raiders. Yank collects it in the slot and sends it out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Kellen Huey, sent into the zone. No ice. Oh! The goalie mishandled it, and Birch was there, but just outside his stick reach. Piddock picks it up, looking to center it. Has Kalura. Kalura shot, and that one's a blocker save by the Raiders goaltender. Yank keeps it in, and now the Raiders will clear it the length of the ice, but Brandt forced to play it, so no ice. He was looking for the stretch pass up to Clark. Clark will take a big hit against the boards. And he's had a couple of big hits. And Raiders send it the length of the ice, no ice. Villarama plays it around to the near side to Hodge. Brady trying to get it up to Clark, intercepted now by the Raiders. Shot blocker saved by Colton Brandt. Picked up by Villarama. Puck still free, sent it into the corner. After it is Hodge. He'll send it over to Villarama to the near side. He gets it up to Clark, but it's behind him. Raiders hold the line. Hastings into the corner. Control it down low, now send it out to the point. D-to-D pass, walking the line, long shot there, misses the mark. Picked up behind the net by the Raiders. We're doing a good job of puck retrieval here. The Spartans not able to gain control. Raiders send it back out to the point. Long shot there. Saved by Colton Brandt, and he'll cover up with 1 minute remaining in the period. So
I think the Raider in front of Colton stopped it, and Colton just pounced on the loose puck.
lots of pressure there being applied by the Raiders. Spartans not able to retrieve the puck in their own end or mount any breakout, so left some opportunities for the Raiders. Colton Brand having to make a heads-up play and dive on it. Jacob Canfield in for the draw for the Spartans. Face-off poked away and picked up by Birch. Ollie Birch sends it into the zone. After it is Hendrickson. He picks it up in the corner. Cleared by the Raiders. Sent back in the zone by Dinsmore. Picked up again by the Raiders. D to D. Now they come back and reverse course up the near side. Long stretch pass up through the neutral zone. 3-on-2 into the zone. Good defensive play there by Ollie Birch to break that out. Hank without a sick, able to kick it to the corner. And offsides. So Spartans retreat. Canfield send it over to the Hagen. Hagen looks up ice. He skates it up through the neutral zone. 6 seconds remaining. Down into the corner. Picked up by the Raiders. They ring it around the boards, and that'll do it for the first period. So after one, your Spartans will go into the locker room with a 0-0 game. Spartans out shooting the Raiders 9-6, but I would say that the Raiders had more quality chances in that period. Particularly zone entry, coming in with a lot of speed, and their forecheck bottled up the Spartans several times. So we'll hear from our sponsors and maybe do a couple of Mayo Senior videos, and we'll see you back for the second period.
Hillers Flooring America, your flooring destination.
Whether you're looking for carpet, pre-finished wood,
ceramic tile, stone, laminates,
waterproof, luxury vinyl plank and tile.
Come to Hillers, 2909 South Broadway, where friends send friends.
My name is Jake Kirsch. I'm the Director of Performance here at ETS Rochester. We've been super fortunate to collaborate with Mayo Boys Hockey for the last 6 years since we came to town. We've served dozens of the athletes that came through that program that have gone on to do amazing things, and it's been awesome to facilitate their training and help set them up for success.
My greatest change has been my speed. I've gotten a lot quicker. I'm a goalie, so I get to the puck quicker. Overall, I just feel a lot more comfortable. I feel a lot stronger, more confident. Training at ETS is more like one-on-one with the coaches. In other places, it's normally just one coach and like 20 kids.
I feel like the coaches push us a lot more here than at like any other gym.
I'd say the atmosphere is more intense.
I like how we have our own sheet here at ETS, individualized for each person to help us get better at what we need to get better at.
Something that's super important with hockey players and the exposures they get throughout the year of always being on the ice and playing is taking care of their body, and we're super fortunate to be the ones helping keep their bodies resilient, strong, fast, so they can take the athleticism development that they've gotten with us and transfer it to the ice. So with hockey specifically, all the opportunity to play throughout the year where they're always on the ice takes a ton of wear and tear on their body. And so with us being able to individualize programs that are built out, whether they're in season, out of season, helps keep them fast, keep them strong, keep them resilient so they can handle the demands of sport.
Yeah, being here at ETS, it feels like a family.
So from our team at ETS Rochester, we wish our Spartans good luck this year. Go dominate.
Jesse Hendrickson. I play left wing, and I'm number 10. I'm going to hyphenate both of these words. He's honest, hardworking, and he's a good teammate. Well, it was a long memory. It was almost all last year. Like, Jesse had the worst cold all year. We kind of started to nickname him Doc Holliday. He was always there. He was always hacking. Like, the whole year he was dying. Like, it was just dying, hacking. And he was there every single day. When we'll call the team Wyatt. Wyatt always had Doc Holliday right there when we needed him. He was great. Played through a lot. Showed how tough he is.
Duluth Marshall trip, going up to Duluth on the bus was pretty fun. Got to hang out with the boys for like 5.5 hours, so that just made some pretty good memories going up there.
He loves hockey. He loves coming to the rink. He loves hanging out with the boys. He likes working hard. He likes getting into the details of hockey. Real quiet, working kind of a guy. He's just, if that's all you ever had, you'd have no problems in your life as a coach. He's a great guy.
Be coachable. Don't just like mess around during the drills, and just pay attention to when the coaches are talking. It'll help you improve a lot.
I don't know if he's got a car yet, but if he doesn't, he should get one, and then he should practice driving and then going like this with his arm. That's what I think he should. That's my advice for Jesse.
I'm Henry Kalura, senior forward.
Intelligent, thoughtful. There was a point during the summer where we're grinding away at dry land and stuff, and he's on the track, and we got 8th and 9th graders out there, guys and girls, and I just saw him when he didn't know we were looking, taking care of the younger guys and teaching them to work hard. And I thought it was like one of those big brother type moments where just memorable. I think that's his character. He's a good guy, competitive guy, looking out for the younger guys.
Last year on the Duluth trip, that was a lot of fun. The bus rides are so fun, especially on the way back. That was amazing. And when we went to the Duluth rink, that was really cool too. And being Century earlier this year, that was a lot of fun too.
I think that there's these moments that he's an energy guy. The best his game is that really getting after guys and bringing the energy and turning pucks over, and you can feel his want to kind of catch fire for the bench. I think, again, that's like a rare trait, that the guy, just by deciding to get after people and work hard, it kind of gets contagious, and that's the good kind of stuff that we want to be catching.
Just have fun. Hockey's going to be over before you know it, so just enjoy every time you're out on the ice. Just work hard and do your best, and yeah, you'll have a lot of fun.
Know yourself. know what you can do, know what makes you your best, and live where you're the best player or guy you are, right? I think that's a good one for him, knowing himself.
I'm Noah Hagan, I'm number 8, and I play defense.
Rock solid. That he's pretty stoic. He, like for example, like I think he he scores, gets a point, gets an assist, barely celebrates. I think that resilience and steadiness is sort of what I'll remember him as. Also, it might have just happened. It's like as far as a play, he pounded that kid on Saturday or Tuesday at the outdoor game, and he doesn't react. He'd come back, just kind of has this little wry smile, like he enjoyed that very much. We'll remember that one for quite a while.
Definitely this year beating Century, just losing to them the past 4 times, and all times I played them at Mayo, just being able to beat them this year was really fun.
I mean, you use words like rock solid. He's the same dude every day. His toughness, resilience, I mean, he gets drilled quite a bit. He pays the price. The guys around him see that stuff. He's one of those guys that's a leader more by his actions than his words. Those guys are pretty rare.
I would say just don't get discouraged at all during this season. I know it can be long sometimes, but stay positive and trust the coaches. They know what they're doing. So if you just trust them, you'll be able to grow and get better.
Yeah, talk way more. Say way more. You've earned the right to talk. You've earned the right to verbally lead. You're a smart, good guy. Speak up, big guy. And the other thing is, don't be afraid to take more risks. Get out of your comfort zone. There's a lot more to be found.
Welcome back, Spartan fans. The second period of this contest between the Hastings Raiders and your own Mayo Spartans. Spartans all tied up in a dead heat with the Raiders coming into the second period. Very back and forth play in that first period. Spartans on top with shots. Maybe the Raiders having a little bit better of the chances. Well, we'll see what Coach Noterman has dialed up for this Spartan team in the second period.
The moms were forming their mom tunnel as the players went out again like they did last night. Tonight they're sporting the yellow Savannah Banana jerseys for the Spartans.
The mom tunnel.
Yep.
Gotta love it. Yeah, I'd say in general, the hockey players are mom-ups boys. You spend a lot of time in the rinks, growing up with the pins and the...
Yep, 7 of these it's their seniors' last final home game.
Yeah, final home game. Good to give them a send-off. So quick final skate around, and we're just about ready for the puck drop. In 17-minute periods. Out there for the Spartans, Jacob Canfield, Oliver Birch, and Hendrickson. His top line's produced a lot of points in the last couple of games. Fielded by Yank and given up Oh, Jesse Hendrickson had a swipe at it. That one sank the length of the ice, played by Brandt. Brandt over to Hagen. Hagen reverses course, looking for Birch in the near side wall. His pass is intercepted. And the Raiders retrieve down behind the net. Now they'll pick it up at the half wall. Looking to center it out to the point. Controlled by the Raiders, sent in deep. Poked at by Hagen. Picked up again by the Raiders as they retrieve again. Cycling. Now at the top of the circle, that shot is steered away by Brandt. Picked up again by the Raiders as they retrieve, but now finally stolen away by Canfield as he delivers a blow, but sent back down into the corner. And pinching are the Raiders. They pick it up at the half wall, looking to center it. That one's picked off. Here comes Canfield and Birch, and they will send it in deep. Birch applies some pressure, and coming up the near side boards and chipping it out are the Raiders. They get the line at the face-off dot. Reverse course, looking for the pass back to the point. Nobody home as they were getting a change, so Raiders retreat all the way into their zone. Now long stretch pass out through the neutral zone, carrying it over the line. Into the Spartan zone along the half wall. Batted away and controlled by Gargolo, who gets it up into the Raiders zone, but picked up cleanly by the Raiders defenseman and sent around the boards. Daniels there to keep it in at least one time. The second time they able to get it up and over the top of his stick, but Villarama turns it right back, and Gargolo with the chance at the top of the circle. Sends it back to Kazmarzinski, looking for Brady in the centering pass. He's not available. Brady looking for the wraparound, and his attempt is thwarted by the goalie. Now that hops over to Villarama's stick, an opportunity here for the Raiders, and Brandt somehow able to poke check that away.
I don't know how he ended up with that puck. I have zero clue.
I was able to poke it away at the last second because that forward had a lot of speed, and Colton was out of the net. If he gets the puck by him, he definitely has a scoring opportunity. Face-off won and controlled by Hastings. Picked up out of the corner by Yank. Yank gets it up to Clark. Clark was looking for Brady, who was streaking. Picked off by the Raiders and sent back down into the zone. Hagen gets it to Kalura. He's checked at the half wall, and they go reverse course to Yank. Yank looking for the breakout pass. Clark delivers a blow at the blue line, able to get it to Kalura. Kalura skates up through the neutral zone into the Hastings zone. His shot is blocked. Oh, he centers it. That goes through the slot. Picked up by Pittock. His shot is blocked. His backhand attempt is blocked. And now the Raiders come out 1-on-2 the other direction. Jumping up into the play, one of the forwards. He's defended well by Kalura. Daniels picks it up. Sends it up to Clark. Clark skates it up through the neutral zone. He has it picked away from him by one of the Raiders, who turns and skates up through the neutral zone, now gains the Spartan line. He'll send it around the defenseman, looking for the wraparound attempt, picked off by Dinsmore. He sends it over to Birch, who chips it up, but nobody home for the Spartans, and the Raiders send it back down into the zone. Now chipped up and out by Dinsmore, but the Raiders field it, and they'll go D to D to D, and back up into the Spartan zone as they chip it down into the near side corner. Daniels sends it over to Canfield. Canfield off the glass. Raiders keep it in on that swipe. He delivers a blow. And at the point, long shot there, thwarted by Canfield down into the corner. Daniels takes a hit. They get it out to the point. Shot blocked by Huey, picked up by Sean Daniels. Sean Daniels through the neutral zone. He'll chip it around the defenseman and skate after it into the near side corner. Delivers a blow in the corner. Raiders pick it up. It's kept in there by Canfield on a diving attempt. Raiders pick it up, and they'll come back the other direction, 3-on-2. Long shot there, blocked by Hendrickson. Jesse Hendrickson picks it up. Long stretch pass to Birch. Intercepted by the Raiders. Good attempt there.
He almost connected with Birch on that one.
Birch would have had a clean sail into the goal. So a good read by Hendrickson, but a better read maybe by the defenseman who stepped in and picked off that pass and turned it the other direction. Now in for the draw is Ethan Daniels, 12:22 in the second. He wins the draw to Villaramo, who sends it over to Kazmarzinski, makes one man miss. Gets around the second defender. Out to Daniels. Daniels to Villaramo, who sends it into the corner, picked up by the Raiders. Kept in by Daniels, down into the corner. Kazmarzinski looking to get it to Hodge. Chopping it back in is Daniels, finally steered around and picked up by Gargolo at the line. He makes one man miss. Sent out to the point, long shot there by Kazmarzinski. Saved by the Raiders goaltender. At the half wall, looking for the stretch pass just outside the reach of the Hastings forward, and retrieving it is Hodges. Hodge skates back up through the neutral zone, has it poked away from him. They come back the other direction. And in on Colton Brandt, shot save, and sends it into the corner on that transition play as they were able to get around the defenseman, and that'll be an ice on the Spartans. Colton Brandt having to make a great save there on the transition play.
Yeah, Daniels got caught a little flat-footed on that, covering for his D partner.
11:21 remaining in the second. Shots still relatively even, 10-9 in favor of the Spartans. Wyatt Brady in for the draw. He'll win it back to his own corner. Yank sends it around to Kalura. Kalura looking for the cross-ice pass, finds it. He has Clark. It's in the skates of the referee momentarily. Looking for Brady on the crash to the net, and that one's defended well by Hastings. There you go, long cross-ice pass and zone entry. That turned around by Kalura, and here comes Hagen. Hagen puts on the brakes, sends it down to the far corner. They swipe it through Brady's legs, and Kalura collects it inside his own zone. He'll go across to Dinsmore. That's off his stick. Chipped out by Clark, picked up by the Raiders. Hastings now batted into the zone, and they'll retrieve first. That one's swatted away by Hagen on a good stick. Pinned against the boards by Kalura, now skated out and around the back of the net. Looks up ice. Gets swatted at by a couple of the Raiders. Now he has it poked away from him. And 24 sends it cross ice. Too many men on the ice, no call. And the Raiders get it into the zone. Looking for the centering pass. It's up and bounces up and cleared by Huey. Now it's out of the zone. Brady takes a swipe at it as he tussles with one of the Raiders and gets a change. Now the Raiders will send it back down into the Spartan zone. Brandt plays it behind his net. Daniels sends it over to Piddock. Piddock's long cross-ice attempt for Huey is blocked and up. Touches the ceiling, so we'll get a face-off inside the zone to the far side of Colton Brandt. 9:45 remaining in the second. 0-0 is your score. In to take the face-off, Fionn Piddock. That one's batted around to the dot, finally controlled by the Spartans. Pass to Huey is off the mark from Liam Burge. Raiders go D to D, now poke it up to their forward, looking to gain the line. Spartans now intercept it at the blue line. Hodge turns it back to Hendrickson. He gets it back into the Raiders zone, and sending it in deep is Ollie Birch. Looking for the long stretch pass are the Raiders up the near side board. And that dumping attempt, but they're knocked off the puck. Hendrickson makes one man miss, but then it's poked away from him. Hendrickson now a 1-on-3. He's got Birch trailing. Puck is knocked away from him. Into the slot, shot to goal! As Canfield trailed down into the slot, as the F3 trailer, Hendrickson with an absolute great play behind the net. To gain possession of the puck, that kid is gamey. He's got a 1-on-3 when this play starts. Somehow he gains possession of the puck. Canfield smartly delays until he can get a very clear path. And the senior puts it home. Spartans up 1-0. That first goal is big. Face-off controlled by the Spartans. Gargolo sends it into the zone, and we've got an icing. And that's suspect, but they call it nevertheless, as they say he didn't make the red line. Pretty sure he did. And with 8:52 remaining in the second period, Spartans will get a face-off inside their zone. In to take the draw will be Ethan Daniels. Daniels wins the draw to Dinsmore. Dinsmore sends it around to Daniels. Daniels chips it up to Gargolo. Gargolo gets it up to Kazmarzinski, who takes a check from behind, no call. Now Gargolo pins his man into the corner. That allows Kazmarzinski to get it, but his pass back to the point. Nobody home. Hodge retreats behind the net. His pass out to Daniels to Gargolo. 3-on-2 the other direction. Into the zone. Gargolo still with it. Looking for the pass to the point. Villarama was on his backhand, and it's a 2-on-1 the other direction. Centering pass, couldn't control it. Shot, rebound, saved by Colton Brandt. He read that one all the way. So he saw the play developing, recognized there was a trailer coming down the middle of the slot, and was able to get over and really stymie the forward.
Similar to the Spartan goal, where just turnover behind the net and they center and get a streaking forward coming in.
Colton Brandt, great job recognizing the trailer, read it perfectly. Spartans still on top, 1-0 after that threatening attempt by the Raiders. Wyatt Brady picks it up, looking to go cross ice. That one's intercepted by the Raiders. Those cross ice passes rarely effective at that distance. We'll chip it up and out of the zone. 7:51 remaining in the period. And that'll be offsides, and we'll get a face-off just outside the zone. 7:45 remaining in the period. Spartans on top, 1-0. Off the pass from Jesse Hendrickson to Jacob Canfield. Now in for the Spartans with Huey, Piddock, and Burge. Face-off won and controlled by the Spartans. They send it in deep. Around the back of the net. Applying pressure is Huey. Picking it up is Piddock. He loses the handle on it, but it's out to Yank, who sends it back down deep. Near side corner, they ring it around the boards. Into pinch is Hagen. Hagen helped by Liam Burge, who gets it around his man, but now intercepted by the Raiders. They send it up near side boards. Yank steps in. He's got an opportunity, looking to send it cross ice for Hagen, who had stepped up into the play. So both defensemen step in.
Nice vision by Yank to try to move that over. I think the goalie is reading shot all day long.
So a good opportunity there by the defensive core. And we'll get a line change. Canfield's line back out there with the lone goal tonight. Canfield, Hendrickson, and Birch. Shot there, blocked in front. Birch retrieves out to the point. Daniels to Dinsmore. Dinsmore, long shot, blocked. Canfield there to pick it up. He'll send it over to Daniels. Daniels reverses. He'll get it up to Hendrickson. He'll have the puck poked away from him. Daniels sends it over to Dinsmore. Dinsmore looks up ice. He'll get it to Hendrickson. Hendrickson sends it into the zone. Hits the referee while doing it. Long pass there, intercepted by Canfield, just outside his reach. Just couldn't handle it cleanly. It'll be sent into the near side corner. Raiders looking for the long stretch pass. It'll be a 1-on-1 versus Hodge. Now this trailer picks it up and sends it toward the net. That one's off the mark, out to the point. Glove down by Dinsmore. Picked up by Birch. Birch looking for Hendrickson on the cross ice pass. That's intercepted. Hodge now retreats into his corner. Out to Birch. He takes a check. It'll go the length of the ice as Birch didn't make the red line on the chip into the zone. And with 6:12 remaining in the second, we're going to face off to the near side of Colton Brandt. At a line change, it'll be Ethan Daniels' line. He'll be with Gargolo and Kazmarzinski. Daniels wins the draw, picked up by Villarama. He goes behind the net, reverses course up the near side to Gargolo. Gargolo chips it ahead, loses the handle on it, picked off by the defenseman for the Raiders. D-to-D pass, looking for the stretch pass. They tip it into the zone. Brandt gets it to Villarama, who chips it up to Kazmarzinski. Now to Daniels. Daniels cross ice to Villarama. Villarama back over to Gargolo. Gargolo over the blue line. He skates in, and that'll be just off sides. I am not sure about that call. But they say Kazmarzinski was in the zone early. And we're not going to win the argument, so it'll be face-off outside of the Raiders zone. 5:42 remaining in the second period. Wyatt Brady, Kalura, and Clark out for the Spartans. Yank and Hagen at the defense. Raiders control, chip it into the Spartan zone, batted away by Hagen. Sent back down in by the Raiders. Now
Good
out
stick
to
by
the
Hagen
neutral
there to
zone.
break up the pass.
Brady can't quite get that before the Raiders, able to skate past him and retrieve it, and the Raiders come back in the zone. Cross ice pass misses the mark. Kalura picks it up. He'll make one man miss. Now another. He'll get it over the red line, chip it into the zone, chase his own pass. He'll deliver a blow in the corner, lose a stick, and the Raiders come the other direction. They gain the blue line and into the Spartans' end. Picked up by Daniels. Intercepted behind the net. It's in the back of the net, and that'll be whistled dead with 4:52 remaining in the second. Face off to the near side of Colton Brandt. Inside the Spartan zone. And the Spartans will get another line change. It'll be Huey, Liam Birch, and Fionn Piddock out for the Spartans. An interesting matchup as this is one of the top lines for the Raiders. Long shot there after the faceoff win is up and into the netting, so we're going to face off inside the zone again. Again, this is a first line versus fourth line matchup. Raiders win the draw. They send it wide this time, kept in by the Raiders, sent in deep. After it, taking a check, huge hit there on Daniels. Raiders hold the zone and bottling up the Spartans as they get it away from Huey, send it back around the net. Reversing course, looking for the wraparound. Colton Brandt reads that yet again, and he'll make the save, and the Spartans get a change.
Good job sealing the post on that wraparound.
Yeah, he looked to make a little trickery behind the net, came out the near side. Colton read it the whole way, got his pad over and sealed the pipe. Face off won by the Raiders. On the half wall, top of the circle. Shot, save, rebound, save. Colton Brandt steers that one into the corner. Raiders
Top
control.
line for Hastings, putting a lot of pressure on the Spartans.
Send it down deep. Finally, the Spartans, Canfield able to pick it up. He looks cross ice for Hendrickson. That passes off the mark. And it'll be icing, and we're going to face off inside the Spartan zone yet again. And both teams will get a line change. 3:57 remaining in the second. Ethan Daniels out there for the Spartans to take the draw. He's with Gargolo and Kazmarzinski. Shot into the corner. Bad bounce. Colton Brandt recognizes his own rink and saves that one from near disaster. Now Yank skates up through the neutral zone. He'll send it in. Spartans crowd liking that heavy
Delayed
hit.
penalty on Hastings. Rough behind the play. He's pleading his case.
And this is going to go on both players. So we get an unsportsmanlike and a roughing penalty. So coincidental penalties with 3:40 remaining in the second. And we'll skate 5 aside. So back out there for the Spartans, it'll be Canfield, Hendrickson, and Birch. Long shot there, blocked by Villarama. Clearing attempt kept in by the Raiders. That shot's off the mark, out to the point, kept in by the Raiders. Picked up, sent across ice to Hendrickson. That's off a skate, and the Raiders pick it up. Reverse course, escaping the pressure of Hendrickson. Will send it up near side. Picked the pocket was Hodge. He was looking to get it to Birch, but the Raiders able to steal it right back, and they'll defensively go into their own corner. Looking to come up the far side. They do so. It's a 2-on-2, now a 1-on-1. Hodge turns that attempt aside. Long shot there. Change of direction, but misses the mark. Hodge sends it up through the neutral, or through the slot and out. Now he'll bat it down, retreat to his own zone, looking up ice. He'll give it to Daniels. Spartans get a change. Daniels will send it in low. After it is Clark. Clark picks it up, delivers a blow. Now another big hit at the wall is Kalura. That one's off the wall. Hagen able to field it. Intercepted by the Raiders. They go in 2-on-1, and that shot attempt is just wide. Hagen picks it up on the half wall. They're looking to get it to Clark. Clark skates it up and into the zone. He'll send it in deep. Spartans get a change. Raiders looking for the stretch pass. Get it into the zone, into the slot. Picked up by the Spartans. Another big collision as the physicality is really ramping up. Birch, drop pass to Pittock. Shot, blocker, save. Pittock gets it back to the point. Villarama walks the line. Long shot there, blocked in front. The Raiders will clear it, and that'll be an icing. And we're going to face off inside the Raiders zone as the penalties expire to Daniels. And the offending number 20 from the Hastings Raiders, that's Ryan Krauth. And with that icing, we're going to face off inside the Raiders zone to the far side of the Raiders goaltender. Canfield's line back out there. Canfield, Birch, Hendrickson, Hodge and Villarama at the point. Back to Villarama. He'll send it around for Birch. That hops over his stick, but collected by Hendrickson. Hendrickson to Hodge. He'll get a shot that blocked in front. Hastings retrieves. Send it around, but Birch is there.
Tough pass for Villarama to handle, though. Bouncing puck.
Hodge able to get it after Villarama's collects it and sends it over, and they get it into the zone. Here comes Birch out of the corner. Avoids a big elbow from the Hastings defenseman. Henderson bats it down in the neutral zone. Hodge back to collect it. He takes a shove from the back as Hastings looks to center it. Controlled at the top of the circle.
We need to get some
Wheeling
pressure on
in
him.
in the shot saved by Colton Brandt. And he wisely covers up as he had way too much time with the puck. Shot right from just inside the top of the circle. Colton Brandt read it well. And we're going to face off to the near side of the Spartan goaltender. 36.4 seconds remaining in the period, and Hastings got their top line back out there. Face-off, one into the corner. Hagen controls, looking to come out the near side board. Finally sneaks it out to the neutral zone. Kaz Marzinski will send it down into the corner. Picked up by the Raiders. 23 seconds remaining in the period. Gargolo delivering some pressure. Now Daniels. He pokes it out between the legs. Picked up by a Raider, and they come back the other direction. A lot of speed with number 16. Wheels and deals into the slot. Finally poked away from him. Hagen sends it over to Gargolo. He can't handle the pass. And that one's sent back down into the Spartan zone. And after that flurry of activity, it'll do it for the period. And the Spartans will go into the locker room with a 1-0 lead. And a very tight game and heavily contested at every turn. 1-0
back
Spartans.
And forth action. Good goaltending on both sides, too.
So I think it'll be just a matter of who can get the better chances. Both goaltenders have stood up to the challenge, so it'll be these backside goals, good passes. And the forecheck for both teams, when it's working, has generated a lot of offense. So with that, we'll get a message from our sponsors. We'll see you back in about 10 minutes for the third period. Thanks for watching.
Hillers Flooring America, your flooring destination.
Whether you're looking for carpet, pre-finished wood,
ceramic tile, stone, laminates.
Waterproof luxury vinyl plank and tile.
Come to Hillers, 2909 South Broadway, where friends send friends.
My name is Jake Kirsch. I'm the Director of Performance here at ETS Rochester. We've been super fortunate to collaborate with Mayo boys hockey for the last 6 years since we came to town. We've served dozens of the athletes that came through that program that have gone on to do amazing things, and it's been awesome to facilitate their training and help set them up for success.
My greatest change has been my speed. I've gotten a lot quicker. I'm a goalie, so I get to the puck quicker. Overall, I just feel a lot more comfortable. I feel a lot stronger, more confident. Training at ETS is more like one-on-one with the coaches. In other places, it's normally just one coach and like 20 kids.
I feel like the coaches push us a lot more here than at like any other gym.
I'd say the atmosphere is more intense.
I like how we have our own sheet here at ETS, individualized for each person to help us get better at what we need to get better at.
Something that's super important with hockey players and the exposures they get throughout the year of always being on the ice and playing is taking care of their body. And we're super fortunate to be the ones helping keep their bodies resilient, strong, fast, so they can take the athleticism development that they've gotten with us and transfer it to the ice. So with hockey specifically, all the opportunity to play throughout the year where they're always on the ice takes a ton of wear and tear on their body. And so with us being able to individualize programs that are built out, whether they're in season, out of season, helps keep them fast, keep them strong, keep them resilient so they can handle the demands of sport.
Yeah, being here at ETS, really it feels like a family.
So from our team at ETS Rochester, we wish our Spartans good luck this year. Go dominate.
I'm Ollie Birch. I'm right wing and number 25.
I'm going to hyphenate the first two. Big, strong. But he strikes me more as a hugger. I will always remember him for his ability in front of the net to deflect pucks and sometimes it'll defy physics. I know he had one in the Kiwanis tournament last year where I think our defenseman shot the puck 5 feet wide and he deflected it backwards somehow. I don't know how he did it. He just has this incredible knack to get his stick on the puck in almost impossible ways.
My favorite hockey memory is beating Century this year.
I think his smile, like the dude has fun. He smiles. He's a happy guy. I can't help but kind of smile. When he starts giggling, it gives me this bizarre reminder of the Pillsbury Doughboy. Not that he's doughy at all. He's strong. But he's got that little giggle that is super contagious. And it just, again, guys that make every day fun are guys that we want around.
I would say be coachable for all the coaches you have.
He needs to talk more. He's got something to say, I can tell. He'll figure out how to use his voice. He's a good guy. He's a good guy you can tell through and through.
I'm Max Gargoyle. I'm number 9, senior, play left wing.
Cool guy. My favorite memory of Max. I look forward to these kind of things, so this could be a little cheeky here, but when they come back when they're a few years older, almost through college, I will point out his ever versatile ability to find a new excuse for being late or tardy. Hopefully by then he's figured that out. I will also say is another good memory of Max. He's always got a good joke, or he's always smiling, and he's I think in the room sort of the man, the guy that's making the work fun for the other guys.
My favorite hockey memory is probably sophomore year. Played Century in the section game, Gram 4. It was totally packed. It was a good time. Good hard fought battle.
His ability to make it fun. I think he's having fun. He likes being with the boys. Just those guys just making the monotony of the day in, the day out practices are they're rare guys. I also will miss his hairstyle. I think he spends a lot of time doing his hair, and it looks exactly like mine would coming out of bed.
Keep your head up, come in with a good attitude. Trust the coaches and all the players. You might not be on the line you want to be or where you want to be in your sport, but just keep your head up, trust everyone around you. We're all here to support you.
Don't take any opportunity for granted. That's the serious one. The funny one is this, Max. Go buy the most expensive watch you can, the coolest one ever. It'll make you look cool, but it'll also help you be on time.
And we're back. Spartans are taking the ice for the third period action. Up 1-0 against the Hastings Raiders. 17 minutes left to play in the game, regulation. Shots currently in favor of Hastings, 13-12. Teams are getting some final stretching in, and we'll have puck drop here momentarily. Again, last regulation game of the season for your Spartans. So thanks to our sponsors, our live stream sponsors, Penn's Automotive and Hiller's Floor in America, for your support of Mayo Boys Hockey. Mayo has lots of sponsors throughout the seasons, but they are our two primary live stream sponsors. So thank you again for your support. Starting the third period for Spartans, we have the Canfield line of Canfield, Hendrickson, and Birch, with Hagen and Yank back at defense.
All right, Spartans hanging on to a narrow lead here as Jacob Canfield comes and wins a face-off, maybe a little too cleanly between his defensive pairing. And Spartans looking to chip it out, kept in by the Hastings and backhanded out by Yank, and that'll go the length of the ice for an icing. 16:44 in the third period, 1-0 Spartans. Face-off to the near side of Colton Brandt. Face-off shot saved by Colton Brandt right off the face-off. Sean Daniels gets it over to Hendrickson. Jesse streaks up at the red line, has a poke checked away from him, and it's a one-on-one the other direction. Dinsmore against a streaking Raider who tries a wraparound attempt. That's poked away from him. Now the stretch pass all the way across ice for Birch, just outside his reach, and that will go for icing. With 16:18 remaining in the third. Face off to the far side of Colton Brandt.
Good crowd on hand here for the last regular season game of the Spartans.
Last game in this rink for the seniors. Face off. Not won cleanly and all the way back into the Raiders' end. Kazmarzinski applying some pressure. They look to chip it out through the neutral zone. Hodge kicks it into the Raiders' bench, and we'll get a face-off outside the Raiders' zone.
Spartans got a little bit of help from referee Andy Roth on that to deflect that into the bench.
Thank you, Andy. We'll send flowers after the game. 16:05 remaining. Face-off won by Daniels. A little bit out of the reach of Hodge. He'll send it across ice to Villarama. Long stretch pass by Villarama misses the mark. He was looking for Gargolo on the far side, but pass behind him, and we'll get another face-off after that ice to the near side of Colton Brandt. 15:53 remaining in the third. Ethan Daniels steps in to take the draw. Face off, uncontrolled. Kazmarzinski looking to poke it forward. He has it poked away from him. Gargolo and Daniels run into each other, and Raiders come back into the Spartan end. Yank after it into the corner, and he looked to chip it up to Daniels. He's pinned against the boards. Scrum forward on the half wall. Raiders come up with it, looking to send it into the slot. Picked off and sent to Gargolo. Gargolo gains the blue line. Wheeling and dealing at the blue line. Has it knocked away. Picked up by Hagan. Hagan calmly turns it around and sends it to Gargolo, who sends it into the zone. Clark and Brady on the forecheck. They evade that and back down into the Spartans' end. Daniels there first. He's checked off the puck. Gets a little help there from sticks flying. Holy cow. Brady stick up and out of the building nearly. Dinsmore now after it in the near side corner. He reverses course. Comes back around Brand. He was looking for Clark. That's just outside his reach, but he tips it out to the neutral zone, but they send it back in. Little ping pong action here just in the neutral zone and the Spartans end. Finally, Spartans send it down into the Raider zone. Mishandled by the defenseman and picked up by Clark. Sent in on the goalie, and he'll glove it down, and we'll get a face-off to the near side of the Raider goaltender with 14:27 remaining in the third period. Fionn Piddock in for the Spartans on the draw. Face-off controlled by the Raiders. That between-the-leg pass finds the Raiders with the 2-on-1. Good back check there by Liam Birch to break up that pass. Fionn Piddock looking to get it up to Huey. He's bumped off the puck, but Piddock picks it up again. And Huey will send it into the zone. He takes a big check, and that'll be a penalty. And Raiders number 22 is going to go to the box. And that's Andrew McGraw.
Mayo student section is making sure that Mr. McGraw knows exactly where to go.
He's appropriately chastised.
He is, yes.
And as he's shamed into the sin bin, we'll get a face-off inside the Raiders zone. Out for the Spartans, it'll be Daniels, Hagan, Kalura, Canfield, and Villarama. Over to Kalura. Shot looking for the upper corner was Kalura, just missed. Hagan back behind the net. Daniels digs it out and sends it back to Canfield. Canfield cross ice to Villarama. He fakes a shot, gets it to Hagan, who gets it to Canfield. Shot just wide. And it bounced almost behind the goaltender and finds its way up out of the net. And we're going to get a face-off inside the zone on those really close opportunities by the Spartans, just missing. A couple of...
Kalura just took a second too long to get that shot off. He just had to get it perfectly on his stick and allow the goalie to get set.
So Spartans get a change with 13:37. Hodge and Birch out there now with Kazmarzinski. That swing and a miss by Birch, and Hendrickson forced to back. He gets it up to Kazmarzinski, who gets it back to Daniels. Daniels sends it over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson sends it into the zone, spins out of a check, and that allows Kazmarzinski to apply pressure. The Raiders pick it up behind the net and skated up through the neutral zone. Cross ice pass batted down by Hodge, but picked up again by the Raiders as they go into the corner. Big check there and a scrum in the corner as the Raider able to hold off three Spartans. Finally, they dig it out. Hendrickson collects it, sends it to Kalura. Kalura makes one man miss, gets to the line, makes another miss, finally poked away from him. Daniels keeps it in. Henderson looking for the centering pass. That one almost bounced off the back of the goaltender, but he's able to glove it down, and we'll get a face-off to the far side of the Raiders goaltender with 12:40 remaining in the third period. Shots on goal, 14-13 in favor of your Spartans. They're holding on to a one-goal lead. 41 seconds remain in the power play. Gargolo steps onto the ice. Now he'll wheel back around, and referee's going to send somebody. Not exactly sure what happened there. Canfield's going off.
think they have to have neck protection, and I don't think Canfield has his neck protection on. So the referee sent him to the locker room to go put that on. That's just
so
what
as Canfield goes and gets his neck protector, Daniels will step in for the draw. Brady at the point with Villarama. Hagen and Kalura also out there for the Spartans. Brady picks it up. He gets a check along the half wall. Brady sends it in deep. Daniels now to Hagen. Hagen out of the corner to Brady. Brady cross ice to Villarama. Passes it into the slot. Brady's shot. That one's blocked in front. He takes a check in the corner. Picked up by Hagen. Kept in by Villarama. Great move there at the blue line. Kalura sends it all the way around the boards to Daniels. Daniels sends it back around for Hagen. Hagen picks it up and gets it to Kalura. Kalura sends it back to Hagen. Hagen's looking to sneak out in front. Off the back of the net. Now Daniels sneaks out in front looking for a shot. That one's blocked in front. Huey delivers a goal as the penalty expires and we're skate 5 aside. Raiders now gain the line into the Spartan zone, send it in deep. Out of the corner at the half wall, poked away and sent it all the way across to the far side corner to Dinsmore. Huey out to Brady. Brady sends it in deep. He'll chase. Puck free in the corner, picked up by the Raiders, looking for the cross-ice pass. Daniels there, steps in, shot, save, rebound, rebound in the slot! And I think Birch had an opportunity at it. Brady had an opportunity at it. It just laid right in the paint. And that is
Brady went around the net instead of coming on the side. He was in front of the net. Otherwise, it would have popped right on his stick.
That is tough. He is definitely going to win that one back. 11:16 remaining in the third after that golden opportunity narrowly missed by the Spartans. Kalura in for the draw. Canfield back out on the ice with his neck protector. Face off, one into the corner. Dinsmore unable to hold the line. It'll be sent the length of the ice, and that'll go for icing. All the way back down into the Raider end. 11:07 remaining in the period. Spartans holding on to a 1-goal lead. Fionn Pittock in for the draw. Face-off sits in the dot for a while. Raiders pick it up. They go to the far side. It hits the referee's skates and allows the Spartans to hold the zone. Chipped up over the glass. Kept in by Dinsmore. Looking for the centering pass to Kalura. Finds Birch. Shot and a blocker save. Into the near side. Liam Birch looking to pick it out, but the Raiders come away with it. Skating it back up ice. Great defensive play there by Hagen. Pittock's hauled down. No call. Raiders send it into the Spartan zone. Dinsmore there to pick it up. He'll get it to Birch. Birch looking to get it to Pittock, but the Raiders hold the line. Dinsmore takes a big check up top. No call. And that pass out to Birch is behind him. He looked to glove it down. No icing. As Yank comes out onto the ice and able to hold his own, hold the line. Hodge there now spins around, gets it to Kaz Marzinski, who's looking for Gargolo. He loses the handle on it, and the Raiders will send it into the Spartan zone and get a change. Spartans break out to Daniels. Daniels through the neutral zone. He'll chip it in. Giving chase is Gargolo. He gets it. Now into the zone. Opportunity here for the Raiders. Shot and a save by Brandt. He loses it momentarily. Still off of the stick. And now Kaz Marzinski breaking out of the zone. He'll send it in deep.
Little flurry of activity in front of the Spartan goaltender.
That's not something that makes the Spartan goaltender's dad happy. So we're going to face off to the near side of the Hastings Raider goaltender. And that face-off won by the Spartans. Shot on net, steered around the back of the net by the goalie who lost his stick. Opportunity here at the point. Canfield shot and glove down. So the goaltender had lost his stick, but able to glove that one out of the air. And the Spartans unable to connect on that attempt. And to take the draw is Jacob Canfield. 9:12 remaining in the third. Face-off one into the corner. Canfield with it, back behind the net. He'll send it out to Dinsmore. Dinsmore shot, redirect just wide. Big check by Jesse Hendrickson in behind the net. Canfield retrieves, sends it back down into the zone. Huey after it. They avoid his pressure. Sent in by Kalura. Long stretch pass attempt finds the Raider. They come in with speed. Shot. Oh, wow, that was dangerous play by the Raiders as he threw it toward the net. The misdirection almost caught Brandt off unawares, but he was up to the challenge and steers it wide. Now Hodge breaking into the Raiders zone. Turned around by the Raiders. Brady with it. Kalura takes a couple of shots at center ice. No calls made. And Raiders chip it into the zone with 8:08 remaining in the period. Raiders getting a change. Clark gets it up and into the Raiders zone, but they possess, and they'll send it around the boards. Dinsmore holds the line. Shot just low. Rebound attempt by Wyatt Brady. Shot and a save by the goaltender. Gargolo giving some pressure. Gargolo delivers another blow. Raiders able to come out. 2-on-2 the other direction. Now a 3-on-2 and a 4-on-2. Shot. That's over the top of Colton Brandt and into the corner. Raiders retrieve. Brady delivers a blow. Out from behind the net. Looking for the centering pass. That one's broken up in front. Out to the point. Long shot there. Saved by Colton Brandt. That second shot attempt is blocked, and the Spartans will wisely send it the length of the ice to take off some of the pressure on Colton. Face-off controlled by the Spartans. Villarama looking for Kaz Marzinski. He gets it to Daniels. Daniels up and into the zone. After it is Ethan Daniels. He delivers a blow in the corner. Picks up the loose puck. Bangs it off the boards, and then he'll give chase to the near side corner. Takes a check. Pinned into the corner. Kaz Marzinski looking to give it a centering pass. He has it broken up. Yank overskated it. Gargolo there. Shot, redirect, rebound. Kaz Marzinski on the doorstep and unable to connect, and we're going to get a face-off inside the zone to the far side of the Hastings goaltender.
Ollie Birch hasn't been out in the second half of the third period. I'm not sure if he's hurt or what. But it's unusual that Ollie Birch isn't out there with his line. He's been skipped the last 2 times.
So Canfield in for the draw. He's with Hendrickson and Kalura. Oh, Hendrickson had a shot blocked, nearly broke his stick. Big check on Daniels as they look to get it into the zone. Turned around there by Canfield. It hits a skate, so it'll icing's waved off. The Raiders come up through the neutral zone, gain the line, 3-on-2. Shot deflected up into the netting. And we're going to face off inside the Spartan zone. 6:21 remaining in the third. for the draw is Fionn Pittock. He wins it into the corner. Yank sends it around for Huey. Raiders there first and send it back down behind Colton Brandt. Picked up by Hagan. Sent up to Birch. Liam Birch takes a check along the wall as he just got it into the zone. Picked up by the Raiders. Looking to come up and break out near far side, rather. Held in by Yank. Huey delivers a blow in the corner. Now Birch delivers a blow. Now Hagan delivers a blow. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Yank gets it to Pittock. Pittock sends it down low. He takes a check as the physicality's ramped up in the last 5 minutes of this hotly contested game. Raiders into the corner. Chip it out. Hodge looking for the backhander. That's intercepted by the Raiders at the red line. Brady looking to make a move. He has it knocked away from him and knocks it right back. They get by Clark, and offsides is the call. So with 5:25 remaining in the third period, 1-0 Spartans on 21 shots to the Raiders 16. It'll be Daniels' line. He was with Kazmarzinski and Gargolo. Villarama and Hodge at the points. Hodge retrieves it behind his net looking for Gargolo. He takes a check and knocked off the puck. They send it back in. Villarama picks it up. He looks to go D to D. They'll send it back to Daniels, who's taken Villarama's spot. Looking to get it up to Gargolo. He loses it in the snow in front of the Spartan bench. And in that snow drift, Gargolo picks it up. He gives it to Daniels. Daniels breaks into the zone. He takes a check behind the net, but maintains possession. Out to Yank. They get by him, and it's a 2-on-1 the other direction. Hagan with it. Good defensive stand just outside the reach of the streaking Raider. And a stick goes flying, and
Yank went into the net, knocked it off.
The net comes off the moorings, and so we'll get a face-off to the far side of Colton Brandt off that scary opportunity by the Raiders. I think Yank got caught a bit flat-footed there at the blue line. That led to the 2-on-1. And fortunate for the Spartans, they got Colton Brandt between the pipes. Dinsmore takes a check in the corner as the Spartans win the draw. Puck pops up to Hendrickson. He gets it out to the neutral zone, controlled by the Raiders. Puck free. Now the Raiders retreat to their own end. Long stretch pass up the near side boards. That's defended well by Canfield. It finds Birch's stick. Ollie Birch back on the ice. His pass attempt to Hendrickson's broken up. Raiders collected off the half wall. Looking for the long stretch pass cross ice. That one's off the boards, no icing. Hodge picks it up behind the net. He goes cross ice for Hendrickson. Hendrickson off his stick. He chops at it, gets into the corner. Raiders will send it around for the forward, and it'll come out to Canfield. Canfield to Villarama. Villarama sends it back into the Raiders' end. Takes a Spartan bounce, but nobody home as the Spartans getting a change. Liam Birch trying to force him one direction or another. The stretch pass connects.
Oh, Hagan's hooked. Down. No call.
No call. That's just bad officiating. I'm sorry. I mean, you got to get that call. I mean, it's very clearly a hook. Spartans forced to ice it, and we'll get a face-off inside the Spartan zone. I mean, normally I'm not going to editorialize, but when you get a call that is that blatant, you really need to make the call. Otherwise, the game gets out of hand and people get hurt.
Yeah, it's a tight game, 1-0, 3.5 minutes left. Refs really don't want to call a penalty on Hastings in the last couple of minutes.
Now Ethan Daniels in for the draw. Face-off won by the Spartans. Yank sends it up and out of the zone. Bouncing puck collected by the Raiders. 3 minutes remaining. Turned around. Gargola had an opportunity for a second, but it was off his stick. Raiders pressuring. Hagan down into the corner. And we are going to get a penalty.
He's calling that.
So I
don't agree with that call for sure.
This is unfortunate for the Spartans. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's unfortunate. Noah Hagan called for what amounts to a very weak call in the corner, and with 3:06 remaining in the third period, Spartans will be on the penalty kill. And they'll have 1 minute 5 aside, and they're going to have to kill off this penalty in the next 2. Holding on to a 1-goal lead. Face-off won by Hastings. D pass. Back to the point. Down low to the half wall. Out to the point. In the slot. Poked away here by Birch. He's got a breakaway opportunity. In on the goalie shot. Save. And that one's directed into the corner. The goalie up to the challenge. Went off the blocker and skittled behind the net. 2:40 remaining in the period. 1:34 remaining in the power play. Penalty kill for the Spartans. Out to the point. Raiders walk the line. Long shot there. Glove down by Colton Brandt. No rebound. And we'll get a face off to the far side of the Spartan goaltender with 2:30 remaining in the period. 1:25 in the penalty kill. Spartans Grayson Yankin to take the draw. Raiders win the draw. Down along the half wall. Now out to the point. Pitch and catch there at the half wall. Intercepted there by Yankin. Sent the link to the ice. And hustling after it is Daniels. He'll win the race. Poked away from him. But still battling for it. He's pinned to the boards.
And
no interference there. Amazingly.
That's the same exact call.
Shot saved by Colton Brandt. Behind the net, Kalura chips it out. 1:59 remaining. 53 seconds in the penalty kill. Daniels will send it down the length of the ice. Kalura with an opportunity. He breaks in. Shot just over the top of the net. And now we're going to get another call, and this one is going to be a makeup call, as number 18 for Hastings is going to get sent off for a slash. He knew immediately what he had done. So we'll skate 4 aside, and then the Spartans will go on the power play in 41 seconds.
4-on-4 action. Let's see who Coach Noterman sends out. Looks like Canfield, Hendrickson, Yank, and Villarama.
So the Spartan student section really giving that Raider the business in the box. And with 1:46 remaining in the period, it'll be 4-on-4.
A little more ice. The Spartans got to be careful to make sure that they play sound defensive coverage.
Particularly with the speed of number 16 and number 26. This is top line versus top line. Face-off, sent the length of the ice, and that'll be an icing. And I don't think he knew he was on the even strength. So Spartans will get another face-off inside the Raiders zone to the far side of the goaltender. He to take the draw. Pushing it forward. Shot and tripped down was Canfield. No call. He delivers a blow in the corner. Gets it, control of it to Hendrickson. Shot! Oh, the goaltender able to stymie him in front. I thought he was able to sneak it through the legs of the goaltender, but he closes the wickets just in time, and the Spartans are thwarted again with 1:31 remaining in the period. It's 1-0 Spartans. In a very close, hotly contested game. Hastings making some changes up front. 4 aside for the next 24. Hastings wins the draw, and they send it out to the neutral zone, picked up by Villarama, who gives it to Canfield. Canfield wheels around and sends it in deep. Hendrickson applies the pressure. Picked up by the Raiders. Sent up the near side boards, out of the reach of the forward, so Daniels will cleanly take it. Hodge and Daniels playing pitch and catch. Daniels will skate up ice, and the Spartans on the power play. He sends it in. Looking for the centering pass, shot, and a save. Oh, rebound opportunity by Ollie Birch. Saved again. 1-on-3 the other direction. And that's going to be offsides. With 49.9 seconds remaining in the game, Spartans on top, narrowly, 1-0.
Hastings has pulled their goaltender to get back to even strength, and we'll have a timeout here by Hastings.
So both coaches calling their teams over to the respective benches to talk about last minute, literally, strategy, or last 49 seconds strategy. Hastings pulling the goalie. Did you get 5 skaters with 1 man in the box? So it'll be 5-a-side skaters with an empty net. Spartans have to be thinking, stay goal side and do not give up transition, 2-on-1s, 1-on-1s.
Yeah, sometimes when it's an empty net, they get a little tunnel vision and lose that D-zone coverage, D-side coverage, and try to stretch the ice and get behind some people.
Spartans should do everything at this point to protect the shutout and their goaltender, Colton Brandt, who's been absolutely unbelievable between the pipes tonight. Face-off just outside the Spartan zone. 49.9 seconds remain in the period. Jacob Canfield, Hendrickson, Kalura. Face-off won by the Spartans, controlled by Hagen. He'll get it up to Hendrickson. Hendrickson misses the handle on it. Fans on that shot, 38 seconds remaining. Long attempting pass through the neutral zone. Raiders gain the zone. Off the half wall. Behind the net. 26 seconds remaining. Out to the point. Long shot blocked by Hendrickson. Glove down at the point. Sent down into the half wall. Canfield now battling for it. A long shot there. Tipped. Rebound. And they keep it out. 13 seconds remaining. Another shot. Broken stick.
Get up.
Long shot there over the top of the net. Canfield broke his stick. He's stickless.
Get there.
Rebound. And it's over. Your Spartans have won. No calls. Colton Brandt with the shutout. And the Spartans celebrate an unbelievable end to the game. I must say I'm going to need a heart pill.
Flurry of activity at the end. Broken stick. Villarama hurt his ankle blocking a shot. Canfield's down on one knee. Hopefully he's just tired.
But the Spartans goaltender, Colton Brandt, able to stymie some absolute blasts at the last second, and the Spartans end up on top with a 1-0 game against the Hastings Raiders. And what a way to go out for some of the seniors who will play their last game here at Mayo Clinic Arena. Graham won to end on a make.
And that'll put your Spartans at double-digit wins for the season. It's been a few years since we've hit double-digit wins.
So, building for the future for sure. And the Spartans come out on top with some good success tonight on the backs of some excellent goaltending by Colton Brandt. Just absolute all-star of the game.
Again, last broadcast of the season. Thanks to our sponsors, Hiller's Flooring America. If you need some new flooring in your house, carpets, tile, laminate, go see Hiller's Flooring America. And Penn's Automotive for your support of Mayo Boys Hockey. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our socials. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll catch you next season.